Somebody gonna get their deliverance up in here today. Shake somebody's hand and say, it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday that Judas, seeing he had betrayed the Lord, he betrayed this innocent blood, hangs himself on a tree. It was Friday that Peter denied him. Not one time, Linda, not 2 times, but 3 times. And the master had told him, before the rooster crows 3 times, you will deny him. Jesus is beaten. Oh, I want to tell you how he was beaten. When I studied, it just blowed my mind every time I read it. There were the cat of 9 tails, coated in sheep's blood. They filled it with nails and glass and other sharp objects. They beat into the skin of Jesus and made his flesh like hamburger. Wasn't just one of these whippings that you got in South Georgia when mama said, go out and get me a switch. Come on, and you had a little whip on your leg. Come on, y'all, and you. No. It tore the flesh off of the master. They punched him. Say with me, they punched him. They mocked him. 39 strikes were put upon his body. But this bell was Friday. But I want you to say with a loud voice, you better remember that Sunday is coming. Now, it might be Friday for you in your life. It just might be Friday. It might be Friday where you feel like you can't make it. You're going through something. Can I see your hand? Your friends have turned their back on you. Can I see your hand? You've been beaten up mentally and emotionally. Some of you in relationships. No, the husband know better than to put his hand on you, but he talks so mean to you. Treat you so bad. People enjoy your shortcomings. They can't wait to talk about what they love to look at you with sharp looks. I wish I had some folk that have had to deal with some Friday situations, leaving you emotionally drained and leaving you scarred. But I want you to know something. It was Friday, but somebody got it. Sunday is coming. It was on that Friday, my brothers and sisters, that the soldiers wove a crown of thorns, hard nails, and beat it in his head. It was Friday that the soldiers were so cruel to the master. He had to carry a heavy wooden cross up the Via Dolorosa, which is the steepest hill in Jerusalem. It was there that they jeered him. Somebody say jeered him. It was there that they even pulled his beard out of his face. He stumbled and fell. There was a man from North Africa by the name of Simon of Syria, a man that was dark-skinned, a man that had a sunburnt hue. He was called to carry the cross of Jesus. Maybe it's Friday for you. With this economy like it is, there's pressures on the job and pressure trying to get a job. There's pressure in the home. We're living in a Friday society. Pressure in your body. Can I see your hand? And God knows a lot of us got pressure in our finances. Oh, my brothers and sisters, shake somebody's hand and say, it's Friday. But thank God, you better remember that Sunday is coming. It was Friday that darkness covered the face of the earth. Oh, yes, it was. Luke, the 23rd chapter, verse 44 through 46 says that it was about the 6th hour. And there was a darkness over all the earth until the 9th hour. Verse 45, it says, and the sun was darkened, and the veil of the temple was rent in the midst. And when Jesus had cried with a loud voice, he said, Father, into thy hands I commend my spirit. And having said thus, what happened? It was a Friday when he hung on that cross. The thief to his right believed him and was saved. But the thief to the left refused him and was lost. Somebody gonna help me preach? It was Friday when they took him down from the cross and laid him in a borrowed tomb. Oh, I get happy thinking about it was Friday. It was that fateful Friday. It was that horrific Friday. It was a Friday like no other Friday where the soldiers stood guard. Look at them standing guard trying to keep Jesus in. The disciples were hiding in fear. The women were mourning and the enemies were worried. Oh, I'm talking to somebody here. It was Friday, but thank God, Sunday is coming. Shake somebody's hand and say, Sunday's coming. Sunday is coming. It ain't going to always be like it is. You're not going to always catch hell. You're not going to always be where you are. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy is coming in the morning. Shake somebody's hand and say, God's got a Sunday blessing with your name on it. I need you to help me preach and point to 3 or 4 folks and say, did you hear what he said? Don't you get stuck on Friday, because God is a Sunday God. That's why we go to church on Sunday. That's why we worship on Sunday. So I ask a question, are you weakened? Are you overcome with stress? Are you overcome with worry? Are you all alone? Is your self-esteem low? Are your walls crashing in? Somebody said, preach, Pastor. It was Friday. But remember, Derek Sunday is coming. Y'all better give God praise. You better thank God Sunday is coming. And no matter what the world has done to us, John gives us a promise. These things have I spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace in the world. I wish I had 10 or 12 witnesses. Won't God give you peace that passeth all understanding? In the world you shall have tribulation, but you better be of good cheer. You better pick yourself up. You better dust yourself off, because Jesus said, I have overcome the world, and greater is he that's within me than he that's within the world. Shake somebody's hand and say, I'm so glad I came to church this morning. I had forgotten that Sunday was around the corner. I let the news media make me think Friday was going to always be here. I let George Bush make me think Friday was going to always be here. I let that bad relationship make me think Friday was going to always be here. I let that cancer, I let that diabetes, I let that heart trouble cause me to think that God can't deal with Friday. But when I was a boy in my native Tennessee, the preacher would end every sermon by saying, early Sunday morning, he got up with all power in his hand. And that's what you can do. You can get up, mount on wings as eagles, run and not get weary. I know your heart aches. I know your mind gets confused. I know tears run down your cheek. I know your feet get astray. I know your words get bitter. I know your problems get hard. But you need to hug somebody and say, Pastor said, Sunday is coming. Hold on. Keep the faith. Give God glory. Give God praise. Say yes. Yeah. Yeah. Hey. Give God thanks.